Justin Gaethje recently found himself in a verbal clash with MMA journalist Luke Thomas over comments made regarding the UFC's connection to the United Arab Emirates. The association between the UFC and the UAE, and Abu Dhabi in particular, has not been without its share of controversies, and Thomas recently raised concerns over it. The dispute between Gaethje and Thomas arose when the veteran journalist pointed out Abu Dhabi's strict censorship policies in a tweet stating, quote, "Abu Dhabi is, the broadcast tells us, the safest city in the world. You can also be thrown in jail for criticizing the government on Twitter, though." In response to Thomas's criticism, Gaethje didn't hold back. He retorted by saying, and I quote, "Leave it to Luke. You never miss a chance to let us all know how much better you are than everyone else. Their values are strong. Your morals seem weak, but I'm sure I'm wrong." Gaethje was then asked about his experience in Chechnya, another contentious region in the world of MMA due to the cordial relationship between controversial Chechen leader Ramzan Kadyrov and several UFC fighters, mostly Ali Abdulaziz's clients. Back in 2022, Gaethje, Kamaru Usman, and Henry Cejudo, all of whom are Abdulaziz's clients, visited Chechnya upon the invitation of Kadyrov. The top UFC fighters came under fire for their visit, but Gaethje has now revealed how amazing his time in Chechnya was, and I quote, "Yes, I went to a Chechnya guy's son's birthday party. I will judge the world with my own eyes, as you have. The people there were as respectful and excited to meet me as any other place I've been. Lighting up the eyes of random kids in that town is something I would never give back." Moving on, the UFC has entered another partnership with a former sponsor. But before getting into the details of the story, please subscribe to Takedown MMA and turn on those notifications. Thank you. Unfortunately for Jon Anik, Modelo will no longer work with the UFC. In a recent development, Anheuser-Busch and the UFC have once again joined forces, reaffirming Bud Light's status as the official beer of the UFC's Octagon. The renewed partnership is set to see Bud Light prominently featured on the Octagon canvas during live broadcasts and across various social media platforms. The multi-year agreement coincides with the departure of the United States Anti-Doping Agency, which will be succeeded by Drug-Free Sport International. Here's what Dana White said in a statement, and I quote, "Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light were UFC's original beer sponsors more than 15 years ago. I'm proud to announce we are back in business together. There are many reasons why I chose to go with Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light, most importantly because I feel we are very aligned when it comes to our core values and what the UFC brand stands for. I'm looking forward to all of the incredible things we will do in the years ahead." While an official figure has not been disclosed, some sources estimate the value of the deal at approximately $100 million. However, how much of it will go to the athletes remains to be seen. Any guesses? Moving on, Muay Thai phenom Rodtang Jitwangnon has received a truly remarkable gift from soccer royalty Lionel Messi. The Thai champion was ecstatic to receive Messi's signed Inter Miami Football Club jersey. Rodtang shared his prized possession through Facebook with a caption that said, quote, "My dream is that one day I will stand and take a photo with Mr. Messi. Thank you for watching me fight. See you in the future." Moving on, is Alexander Volkanovski looking to replace Jon Jones for a short-notice fight against heavyweight GOAT Stipe Miocic? Miocic was set to challenge Jones for the heavyweight title at UFC 295, but he'll have to wait longer since Bones has pulled out due to injury. Here's how Jones injured himself. Instead of bringing in a late replacement, the UFC has set up an interim title fight between Tom Aspinall and Sergey Pavlovich. Jones versus Miocic will reportedly take place on a quote-unquote big card next year. Prior to the UFC's interim title fight announcement, Alex Volkanovski, who recently faced Islam Makhachev at UFC 294, offered to step in on short notice to fight Big Stipe. "I volunteer as tribute," Volk jokingly said, before wishing Jones a speedy recovery. As of now, Jones is expected to return in late 2024. Should Stipe Miocic sit around and wait for his showdown with the GOAT? Moving on, Sean Strickland's personality has often had a way of irking those around him. Thankfully, his contentious demeanor hasn't hindered his remarkable success in the cage. Strickland has been on an impressive streak over the past few years, securing victories in 9 out of his last 11 fights. The solid run reached its pinnacle when Strickland defeated Israel Adesanya to become the UFC middleweight champion at UFC 293. MMA legend Dan Henderson recently shed light on his prior association with Strickland at Team Quest and discuss the circumstances that led to Tarzan parting ways with the gym.
He was at my gym for like 3 years. He just kind of gets too involved talking about people.
I can see that.
I liked him in the gym. I liked him there. He was a great training partner. And you need at least one guy in your gym that does that and goes hard and makes everybody else go hard.
Yeah.
When they're going against him. So I liked it, but
other people didn't.
Yeah, he just was too disrespectful to teammates and stuff. And,
I see.
And
how's the young Sean Strickland?
Yeah.
He's
this is I definitely see that, and I'm always rooted for him when he left. It wasn't like I was like, I hope that guy,
Right.
No, I always rooted for him. I thought he had a ton of potential. I was yelling at him to go up a weight class because he was always trying to make 170. I'm like, dude, you need to go 185. You'd feel a lot better. You compete you'd be fine competing up there, but everybody's always mentally afraid to be against it.
Dan Henderson made his last title bid at UFC 208 in 2016 when he took on then middleweight champion Michael Bisping in a much-anticipated rematch. Unfortunately, the bout ended in a unanimous decision loss for Henderson, following which he announced his retirement from professional mixed martial arts. However, now, 7 years later, there are signs that he may be gearing up for a comeback. Henderson has piqued the curiosity of fans and followers by sharing a picture on Instagram, which appears to show him in the midst of a weight-cutting process. In his caption, he hints at a potential return to fighting with bare-knuckle fighting or YouTube boxing. Would you like to see Dan Henderson in action again? Is Robert Whittaker interested in fighting Kamaru Usman? The Nigerian finds himself at a crossroads in his fighting career, facing some crucial decisions in the aftermath of his recent bout with Chimaev at UFC 294, which he lost via decision. Leading up to the fight, Usman had expressed his willingness to compete in the middleweight division, hinting at the possibility of more than one fight in the weight class while still maintaining his commitment to his primary home at 170 pounds. Following his closely contested match this past Saturday, former middleweight champion Robert Whittaker has a heartfelt plea for the Nigerian Nightmare. Whittaker encourages Usman to consider giving the 185-pound division another shot, suggesting that there might be unfinished business in the middleweight ranks.
Is he going to stay a middleweight? I don't know. But that fight interests me. I like that fight. I'd fight a middleweight Usman. I don't think it's a bad fight to have. Like, what are you going to do? No. Make Usman fight through ranks 30 to 20? I
100% agree.
To get to the top.
No, I just didn't expect you to say it.
He was consecutive, defending welterweight champion. He definitely deserves a fight at the top of the charts of the middleweight division. Sure. How well he'll do, we will see. But seeing fresh blood at the top of the game, that's interesting. I like it. I like it. Seeing Chimaev and Strickland fighting, that moves things around. I like it. It makes things interesting and exciting. And I am here for it. So I hope he stays.
Dude, you know what? Yeah.
Stick around.
Yeah, he should stick around.
Who do you think would win a potential fight between Kamaru Usman and Robert Whittaker at middleweight? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. To stay up to date with the latest happenings in the world of mixed martial arts, please subscribe to Takedown MMA and turn on those notifications. Thank you for your continued love and support, and we'll see you in the next one.